You get to ask us questions. We can show you around the shop, show you what we've been working on, just cover discussion topics from videos that have come out. So if you're new to the show, welcome. We're glad you're here. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you always get notified when we're doing a live event and when new videos come out. We got questions already? Or
I was just going to tell you, Dennis and Dalton are here.
Yeah, man, you guys are here bright and early.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so thanks for being here early. If you guys or anybody else now or during the replay have questions, make sure to get those in. If you're watching during the replay, it won't be a live response. It'll drop down in the comments section and I can answer it later. But if you guys are live, make sure to get those questions in. Dalton has access to questions pretty much any time because he is a patron and is on the Discord server. So if you're interested in joining that, we'll talk more about it later on, but you can check that out at patreon.com/Cornfield Customs.
Oh, Brandon's here.
Yeah, Brandon, also Discord and patron.
Hey, Dennis.
So welcome. Dennis, what's for dinner? We'll beat you to it, because we don't know.
So what'd you work on this week?
A whole bunch of everything and nothing.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Another week got out of control. Brian got a lot of stuff done on the Indy Roadster, which we'll show in a minute. I worked on shipping out tools. I had to shear some metal. Worked on the fender a little bit. So I have side A, fender number 2, shaped, fit on the buck. Pretty happy with this one. And I started fine-tuning side B. Somehow I'd gotten a little out of control and overstretched it, so I came back in and shrank it back on the Urco. So I'm hoping to get that finished planished out tomorrow. These probably trimmed and tacked as long as my day doesn't get out from under me like it has the past couple weeks every day. But we shipped out a bunch of frame rails, bent some frame rails, had to deal with ordering stuff and just typical business stuff. Probably one of the reasons I don't get as much done as I would like, because we have a business to run, so there's a lot of stuff on the backside that most people don't think about. It's not always just labor hours. There's ordering, designing, doing returns, calling
Shipping.
People.
Yeah,
all the non-fun stuff of business.
yeah. Donkey says good evening. Good evening.
Welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I really worked on, because I don't know, all the days start to blur together. Brian and I talked about that at lunch, how I can't even keep track of what day it is. These 8 to 11 hour days, 7 days a week for the past 15, 20 years are finally starting to catch up, and I can't keep track of what's what anymore. So, yeah.
Dennis said peaches and cream, so I'm guessing he means that's what's for dinner.
Yeah?
I had cheesecake at lunch, though. You'd be kind of jealous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I did this morning, so some of my day isn't, like I try to block out my day into different sections, and I think we've talked about it before. So usually from 7 to 9, I try to do emails, frame design, all my shipping, and just little things around the shop to try to keep up on that stuff. So I had gotten this new tool cart a few weeks ago, which we had talked about, and this is my old tool cart, and I told my Matco guy if he found a young guy that was getting into the industry and didn't have a lot of money for a tool cart, pretty much I would give this to him. And I guess he didn't find anybody. So just been sitting in the back unused and just taking up space. So I finally started taking all of my press brake tooling, and I'm going to use this cart. So I've got way more cart than tooling at this point, but gives me room to grow into, especially now with the 3D printer, being able to print my own press brake tooling, custom application stuff. So I did that this morning, got the box cleaned up, and all that stuff picked up off shelves and off the floor and actually put in the box. So
Dennis said lots of work.
yes.
Yes.
Yep, so.
Dennis asked if Dan would have made any money off that box.
If I was going to give it to somebody, I doubt it. Dan's a good guy. So
Yeah, he probably would have just given it, passed it along.
Exactly. Or, you know, if he said like, hey, we should sell it to this guy, I would have sold it for a few $100 and he could have made $100 off the top. But I don't know if he was, I don't know. It never came up. I was just going to kind of pay it forward and help out a new guy, like a young high school graduate or something. But I guess there's not a lot of those guys out doing that. So Brian has been working on the Indy Roadster. So last week the engine was set in place. Now it's just kind of shimmed up with boards. Take these out of because that's not where they belong.
That's what you want me to show.
So the motor mount, Brian got the front mount made. I welded it up for him. Chassis mounts tacked in place. We got the mid plate. I think that was in there last week.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so that's in there. Transmission's in. Transmission mount is made. I have to tack that into place.
Dalton says you'll fill up that box pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then Restoration Revival said, good morning. He's one of our Australia people.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks
Good
for being
morning.
here.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, so that's there. I had him hang the steering box back in place just to make sure we weren't going to run into any issues, especially with the front mount. So he got our support bearing mocked up and the new pedals. So we had to get new master cylinders to work with the throttle bodies. So got all the master cylinders in, new pedal box, new clutch, because before it was an automatic. So now it's a manual. So we had to add a clutch pedal in there and just plugging along. Brian made good progress on it this week. And it's starting to look like something. So yeah, keep working away on this. Brian stamped out another run of shrinking discs. So did another run of our 5-inch and our 9-inch discs. So keeping those in stock for you guys. And we put out a video on shrinking disc basics. That way for you guys that have never ran a shrinking disc, gives you a little bit of information to make yourself slightly dangerous, but understand how the disc works and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So any questions or anything yet?
Not yet, yeah.
Not yet. Man.
Quiet bunch, y'all.
Yeah, because all the rails and stuff we bent, we shipped out, so they're not even here.
Kind of empty.
It is a little empty. And a little bit of progress on the race car over the weekend. Worked on the new front footwell for the driver. My heel kind of got in the, it was kind of packed in there with the drop floor, so I modified that and gave myself a little bit more room for my feet. Worked on fire suppression bottle release cables because we moved the bottles to the trunk. So I had to find the best routing and a way to seal that going through the trunk. Just a bunch of little stuff, but still plugging away.
Restoration Revival wants to know, what is the name of the low melting point plastic you use to make hammer forming bucks?
It's not plastic. It's a metal. It's called Kirksite.
Oh.
And you wouldn't be using it for a buck. You'd be making a hammer form out of it. Yeah, so it's kind of like a lead, but I think the melting temperature is a little bit higher and it's a little bit tougher than lead, but Kirksite.
Okay. And XBBUL says, got a question. I'm looking to build aluminum bodywork for my motorcycle. What gauge, grade, and should I anneal it? Thanks, Matt.
So thickness 063, grade 3003 H14. That's going to be a very workable material. It's going to be half hard. So it'll shape really well. It'll hold up to vibration over time. As far as annealing goes, that's going to be dependent on what tools you have. If you're doing a lot of stump shrinking and stuff with basic hand tools, yeah, you'll need to anneal. If you have power equipment like a power hammer, you're not going to need to anneal. I rarely ever anneal anything unless it's got a really stubborn spot that is overstretched, so slightly proud, and I can't get it to cooperate. I'll anneal that to try to help bring that in and make it more workable. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, and then Martin Miller said for the grinder to use with the shrinking disc. Martin, I might need you to resend this one, but it says for the grinder to use with the shrinking disc, have to have a variable, do you have to have a variable speed?
No, I mean the 9-inch, well, both discs you want to run about 5,000 to 6,000 RPM. That's the ideal working RPM. Like I've got Amazon was at the door.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I have a Makita 9-inch grinder and it runs at 6,000 RPM and I just run it wide open and that's what I like. If you're using a 5-inch grinder, you might, if it's a fast one, like most of them are 9,000 to 10,000 RPM, you're going to kind of have to trigger it and get that RPM down low. It'll just work at too high of an RPM. So with like a buffer or a variable speed, a lot of that stuff's going to be lower. They're usually up to about 3,500 RPM, and you need a little bit faster than that.
Yeah. And Martin said, greetings from Beaton, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks
for joining us.
Good questions. Yeah, and you released a shrinking disc video.
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of that is covered in the video, so if you haven't watched it yet, a lot of that will be in there. There's not a lot of me running the shrinking disc. It's me standing there talking about it and going through the process and what's happening and kind of the setup. So if you're wondering about backing material or anything like that, I give you part numbers in the video that you can get on Amazon, or you can cross-reference that in Google and buy direct from the manufacturer. But it gives you all the part numbers, all the setups, and kind of what you're looking for and how the metal is going to react to using a shrinking disc.
Yeah. Cool.
No more questions?
I don't know. Quiet bunch.
I know, quiet bunch today.
Quiet bunch.
Yeah, I was going to say the air compressor's kind of loud today.
It is.
The weather was kind of interesting today.
Oh, super weird.
Yeah, so this morning they said we were supposed to get an inch.
We got definitely.
We got more than that because
Yeah.
I went
Really?
out. It'd been snowing 30 minutes, and I think we had gotten about an inch or a little bit more. So it was somewhere between an inch or two within 2 hours this morning, and it's all gone.
It's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was like, when it was snowing, it was 32.
Yeah, it was right.
Like on the nose, because
Yeah.
like the roads were fine and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was just really interesting that, like, man, it was, like, I left the house, and it had just started snowing when we left this morning,
yeah.
and I got here, and it was sticking to the grass, and then, like, 30 minutes later, it was an inch deep everywhere, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and it was worse where I went.
Yeah.
Because I drive more south to work, and it was definitely, they had more snow. And
Yeah, and then at lunchtime, it was all gone.
yeah, and I was like, oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis said, do you sell all the parts for the grinder or just the disc?
I sell just the discs, because there's, I hate to talk about Amazon, but things are so cheap on Amazon, there would be no meat left on the bone for me if I ordered it and tried to re-wholesale it. So it would be easier for you to get it as a package deal, but it would actually cost me more money by the time I buy it and ship it and just have it on hand. So I just try to give you the part numbers, and you can order them on Amazon as well. So it kind of washes out. But the only thing I carry for sale are the discs themselves.
Yeah, and Dalton said, any tips on how to hem tight corners on door skins or best way to cut out the flange before tipping?
Trying to fully understand. So like a tight corner, you're gonna have to shrink that more. I have a marker.
I'm surprised you don't have a marker.
I've been trying to get better about
Leaving them here?
leaving them here.
Because every 2 weeks I send them home with a bag of Sharpies, or back here with a bag of Sharpies from the house.
So if it's something that's not a 90, so say we have a door skin that's a 90, like this, you're essentially going to cut the skin this way. So when this folds that direction, in this direction, that will close up and leave a seam, and then you can weld the seam. So if you're not folding it like that, say it's a tight radius, so it's more, I'll try to put them together, like that, where it's not a square corner, on your flange, you're going to want to come in and do a little bit of that. Make this narrower, because you're going to have to shrink this in that radius. So to hand shrink a 3/4, ½ inch, 3/8, whatever your overlap is going to be a little tough to do that by hand on the frame. So I take that in and I make it right around 1/4 of an inch and just scallop it really nice so it looks good. And then when it's folded over, this is what it'll look like on the inside.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on your stuff.
Yep. So it's still hemmed nice and clean, and it's brought in. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it looks like wrapping a present almost.
Yeah. Same thing like when you took the class and we kind of tucked the tape in, you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have to shrink that metal, and if you're doing a large piece, large is relative here, because 3/4 of an inch by hand with a tucking fork in a small area is going to be a lot. And it's going to be a challenge. So if you bring that in, it's going to make things a lot easier.
Cool. Shape the Metals here, it says grab the package deal on a disc and backing pad from Shape the Metal.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yep, Ben's got it under control.
Yeah.
And Ben is one of our authorized wholesalers, so it's not like he's swooping in trying to snake business.
Yeah.
Yep, so,
All good.
yep. Ben has it all under control, so if you buy from Ben, you're buying from me, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah. Dalton said, makes sense. Thank you.
Yep, and if you need to see pictures of it, Dalton, let me know. On the Discord server, I do have pictures of a couple roof inserts that I did that way.
Yeah.
Where I hemmed it to inner structure, and I've got really good close-up pictures of that radius in the corner.
Yeah, yeah. Rat Rod 1962 says, with having client projects, does it make it hard to not be able to work on it longer each week versus what they can pay weekly? Does it make it hard?
No, I mean, I
see.
think what it is like, would I rather continue on
Yeah,
working?
yeah. Yeah.
Try to step away from the or the heater.
And he also said thank you for sharing your knowledge and all you do in the shop.
No, it doesn't really bother me because I have ADHD really bad, so it's hard enough to get done what I need to get done and stay on task. So that gives me the break to jump onto something new and exciting. And like right now, I'm really struggling because there's so much other stuff going on that I can't really. What's that smile for?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just look like you're making a face.
It does sound like
It's
face
hard to stay on task because I'm busy doing other things. So
Yeah.
if I had to do twice as much work on the same project, I don't know if I would get nearly as much done because I can barely get done what I am getting done.
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't faze me. I like it that way better, and it gives the client more breathing room.
Yeah, yeah, and I've always said too. I always feel like, especially for the clients and for us, it's fair. Then
Yeah.
we're always fair. Like
Yeah.
if something happens and someone needs to pull it, we're not hurting, they're not hurting, and
Yeah.
we're all in a good spot.
Because that's the other thing too, is you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So say that
Yeah.
you have to make 10 grand a month and you have 2 projects and somebody runs out of money and they take it, well, now you're down 50% of your income.
Right.
That makes it a little bit harder. So I like to diversify our labor and our income. That
Yeah.
way we're a little bit more protected.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Dalton said, "Sounds good." He'll message you.
Cool. Yep, and that's one of the great things about the Discord is it's kind of like a forum. I guess that's the best way to
Yeah.
compare it to. You can have projects on there. We have discussion groups on there. We have resources groups on there. All kinds of stuff.
Tools.
Artwork tools,
3D printing.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff with just a bunch of discussion points. And you can post pictures, ask questions. I comment, the community comments, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. And I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
So if you want access to that 24/7, make sure to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is on? It's almost time for you to redo your chalkboard.
Yep. Yep. So next week, the chalkboard will get redone for next month. That's the thing is like, where's the time keep going?
I know.
It's getting faster and faster. And with the chalkboard getting redone, that means next Friday is garage night.
Yep.
So that'll be our March.
March.
Yeah,
Ooh.
March garage night. So if you guys are planning or wanting to attend, that's next week.
Yep.
So make sure to be here. It
Mark
should be a
the
good
calendar.
time. Hopefully the weather's better than last month. Last month we had, like a foot of snow?
Yeah, it's supposed to. We'll see. It's supposed. I feel like it's lying, but something on Apple Weather said like 70, and I'm like, what?
Ooh, that'd be
I
nice.
know. I know.
It would be nice.
It would be nice though.
Yep. So on this fender, we talked about the radius gauges last week.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yep. So I've been using this on our piece. So these are in stock, and I haven't put a sticker on it. Like I say, I got the cutest little stickers ever.
The cutest little stickers.
Yep. So they're our logo, but they're itty bitty.
Yeah.
So
They're stickers for ants.
yeah, stickers for ants. Yep. But so these are in stock, ready to ship. I really like the Lexan a lot better.
And
It's a smoother transition.
You can get just the Lexan or
Yep.
the whole shebang.
Yeah,
right?
you can get the whole thing, or you can buy just the polycarbonate spline plate.
So if you already have one,
Yep. Yeah, I have another one floating around too that I thought had the sticker on it. I don't know. Huh, it's over here. That's why. I've got too many of them.
now that you're gonna make them, you're gonna have like 7 around the shop.
Yeah.
That's really why he makes half this stuff, is so he can use it.
No, I make this stuff because I use it, and then it
Then.
happens that people like
Yeah.
it.
Teensy tiny.
Yeah, cutest little sticker ever.
Oh, Lars is here from Norway.
Yeah, thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
I think it's the first
Yeah,
one from Norway.
yeah,
That's
I
pretty
don't-
exciting.
I don't think we've had a Norway.
Yeah, we were just looking at, so at in the shop, in the showroom, we have a map. And when people come visit, they can put a pin in the map of where they're from. And we were,
Global map.
global map, yeah. So we were looking at it and I'm like, we got a couple more continents left, I think.
Yeah,
So.
we've got a lot more than a couple.
Yeah, a lot more than a couple.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much we have the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand.
UK, there's some from the
There's
UK.
some UK and I think Germany,
Yeah.
but that's about it. So
Yeah.
we
We could
need
use-
everybody else to come visit the shop.
Just a handful.
Yeah, so you can sign our guest book and put a pin where you're
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Not yet.
Nothing.
Did you buy? You haven't. Do you have any new bikes or anything?
No,
I know.
I haven't had time to buy anything.
Good.
Yeah, I've been too busy.
I know. Been a busy beaver.
Yep. Yeah, it just seems to be
Yeah.
nonstop.
We've got the Bailey class coming up.
Yep.
That's next
Yep.
on the agenda.
Yep. Bailey. When's that? April?
Yeah, April 24th, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. So we'll be in Dallas, Texas then, and
Yeah.
that'll be here before we know it. Like,
I know. That's in like 8 weeks ish.
Yeah.
I guess 7 weeks.
yeah. And then Tom and Kaylin will be coming into town from California to help on the MGA on the 13th, 14th, and 15th, I think.
Yeah.
So they'll be here, and then we have the Dallas class with Bailey, and once that's done, I think I'll be home for like a week, and then we load up the car and go to El
Emma.
Mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so busy. It's
Yeah.
scary to think when we talk about 8 weeks till Texas, that means we have 8 weeks to finish the MGA.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the good thing is the list is getting smaller.
Shorter?
Yeah. It's just waiting on some parts. Like I'm waiting on the headers to come back from ceramic coating so I can put the headers on and start building the new exhaust. But the good thing with the exhaust is it's comes out of the header, it's a 90, and then it's straight back till you get to the diffuser, and it kicks up at like a 30-degree angle.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy complicated. I should be able to do it in a day, but there's just lots of steps to get there before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all a bunch of 1 day, half day, quarter day projects that kind of stack up. But hopefully
Yeah.
things start coming together on it because it's going to get here before we know it.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Bailey class, who all's going to be there?
Noah Norwood's going to be there. Nick from Catskill Mountain Customs, who was here a couple weeks ago, he'll be there. Jared Clausen will be there. I think Chris Rush might be coming again.
Oh, okay.
I think Christian Sosa's coming. I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, he might be there.
Yeah, I saw too where Christian's going to Australia.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Yeah,
Fun
Don
for
from
him.
555 Metalworks will be there. He's doing a metal finishing seminar. And then I think like 50 students. I'm sure Mr. Richard Rollins, of course, will make an appearance
it's
at his
his
own
house,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be there. It's going to be a good time because the last time we did a Dallas class was at Gas Monkey, and the food was good, the people were great. We did a lot of stuff after hours, which was fun.
yeah.
It's just going to be busy, and Jamie will be there, and Noah's
Yeah.
bringing his lady friend.
Yeah.
I hate to say girlfriend, but
When you're a grown adult.
yeah, life partner.
As a life partner.
Yeah.
I know. So I found out a girl at work is going to Dallas next week.
Yeah.
So she's going to scout out all the good places, and I'm going
We've
to go
been to Dallas a few times.
scoot around without you, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, she was telling me about different coffee shops, stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's anything else in Dallas you guys think I should see without Mike.
Yeah. What other questions we got?
Yeah.
Say there's a message on my phone. Making sure it's nothing important.
I'm sure it's not.
I hope not. So what other questions you guys got?
Yeah. What do you want to see?
Yeah.
You wanna
Unfortunately,
know?
like I said, we really need to look into getting that
I
hardwired
know.
in
Wi-Fi zone.
Wi-Fi amplifier for the back.
I know. We haven't even had enough time to do a podcast,
Yeah.
let alone do that. I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah. Now we just got to run a long, I think it's a
Cord.
Cat5 cable or coax cable.
If someone knows how to do that,
Yeah. Well, there was a guy on our YouTube that told me how to do it. I just got to go back and find it. He told me which
okay.
one to buy in the cable, but I don't
yeah,
want to
send
buy a
us-
spool of it and ends and then the special tools to put it together.
Yeah, someone just send us a link.
Well, it's not that. We
I
need
know.
a 100-foot cable to get back there. That's the problem.
Oh,
It's not like a a 6-foot cable.
Yeah, we can't pick that up at the Walmart, I guess.
No. So it's like I need somebody local that does high-speed internet to come
Yeah.
over and make the cable for us.
Is there anybody local?
Yeah. Yeah. And we were just talking about Ben from Shape the Metal.
Yeah.
He just placed an order, so
Cool.
if you're
Okay.
still on here, thanks, and we'll get that out. I'll get it packaged up tomorrow and
Get it out.
shoot you over the shipping information, and we can get it handled.
Yeah. Ugh, Ben, you're the best. He said, I will send you one. It'll be ready to plug in a
Good.
cable. Thank you.
Oh.
And then
Which bin was that?
Shape the Metal.
Ah.
And we must have been chatting long enough. We got a couple things. Brandon said Douse Aquarium is a nice place to chill for a bit. And wander around, and you've got things like in between things. So maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Donkey said, on the buck at the beginning, what is approximately 1-inch piece of metal fastened to the bottom of the buck for?
So what this does is this is the bottom edge of the fender. So I screw a piece of steel to that to get me the spline. So when I put this side back on and it's all finished, I can come in and use that to scribe my finished cut line.
Ooh.
That way I'm not making a mark here, 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 and trying to connect the dots.
Yeah.
I'm just using that as a spline to give me the final trim line.
Okay. You're a smart guy sometimes.
Sometimes, don't tell anybody.
I know.
I have a reputation to uphold. So,
Michael Anderson said, try Radio Shack or similar retailer.
yeah, we don't have Radio Shacks
know.
anymore. And like I said, the problem is
Yeah.
it's 100+ feet to get from our router and the office all the way to the back room. So
Yeah.
I just need to suck it up and see if I can get a 150-foot cable on Amazon, or I just figured it'd be easier to call one of my friends that works at the local high-speed internet to come over and make me the cable, but
I don't know if we have a
what, we don't have friends?
I was going to say that works at high-speed internet.
Yeah.
We got some stuff, though. Alshine Copper said, what are your thoughts on taking your cars to big shows, not cruise-in nights? Is it something you enjoy? Ooh, good question.
Do we want the honest answer? Okay, honest answer. Indoor shows like Detroit and Cincy and Indy, those have never brought me in any real business. All it is to stay relevant. And a lot of that depends on what you want to get out of it. If you want to go to drum up customers, it's probably not going to do what you want to do, because say Detroit is huge. We'll just say 200,000 people come through there over the weekend. I think that's a low assessment because it's a lot of people. So out of those 200,000 people, probably 5% of them will take a card and actually call you. So I'm not good in math, but then 0.1% of those people, if that, will actually be a legitimate customer that you'll want to do work for. So for me, like say we were doing Detroit, I would be up in Detroit yesterday. We'd be getting set up, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, travel Monday. So that's 6 days of lost work in the shop, plus $300 a night for a hotel, plus food, anything else we need along the way. And then
Plus entry to begin with.
yeah, then we have to we have to pay a vendor booth, which is $1,500. If you're in the basement, it's even more expensive if you're upstairs. If you want to enter a car, it's even harder because you're not set up as a business, so they don't know that you're there to get work and hand out cards and that kind of stuff. So you're already in the hole $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. If you count missed time off and travel and all of that stuff, and then weeding out all of the tire kickers. That's another couple thousand hours worth of emails and phone calls and back and forth. And I just found that I never get the work out of there. It's just staying relevant. So for me, it's easier if I want to do that. I'll just go to the show and wear one of my company t-shirts, and I'll just walk around and see the people that I want to see and network with the people that I want to network. And that's how I stay relevant in the industry. But I also don't want to be huge. I don't want to be Troy. I don't want to be Chip. I just want to build cool stuff, stay in my little shop, and I'm perfectly content with that. So
Yeah.
a lot's just going to be what you want to get out of it. How big do you want to get? Who do you want to hobnob with? What type of clients do you want to pull? I'd much rather go to Grand National Roadster Show and hang out for the weekend, maybe take a car, maybe not take a car. It's a whole nother thing traveling across the country to it, but I think it's one of the best events out there.
And you can stay relevant by posting a video to YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Yeah, the days with social media, you know,
Yeah.
you stay just as relevant posting for free from your shop while you're making money and trying to do billable hours.
Yeah, for sure. So, and they also asked, is it something you enjoy? I would say not.
Not
You
super
don't
much.
hate it, but you
Yeah.
don't like love it either.
I don't like big crowds of people. I don't like all the noise. I don't like the load in. I don't like the load out. I don't like being out late. It's great to meet people, you know, especially people that support us online and follow and comment. It's really great to meet those kinds of people, but it's kind of a wash because you meet people that you don't want to meet and you don't want to deal with as well. So those people can kind of taint it for the people that you want to be around.
Yeah.
So for me, I would rather go to a specific event where I know those people are going to be. It's a little bit more low key. And when you're doing those events, you're on 14, 15, 16 hours a day. So you're mentally exhausted, you're physically exhausted. And I feel that I can't give those people that I want to meet my full attention and what they deserve.
And contrary to popular belief, you are an introvert. So the other thing, and Ashton Copper also mentioned not cruise nights. Even if we do go to like a cruise in or something, like you park, especially the GT, you park it and literally like run away.
Yeah.
So, which is hilarious.
I wouldn't say run. I would say walk at a brisk pace.
Yeah, you get out and whoop, you're
Yeah.
gone. And
Yeah,
people will
because
be
if
like,
I go somewhere, I'm not going to sit and bull crap about my cars. You know, I don't have cars for the attention they get me. Like I build stuff and have stuff because I like it.
Yeah.
So if I go to a cruise in, I'm there because I want to see somebody or want to talk to somebody or just be out
or
of the
look
house.
at other people's cars.
Yeah, not. And like I always struggled with that, like doing the trade shows. Like we have to be in the booth all day from 6 a.m. to 9 or 10 p.m. And it's like you stay in your little 20 by 10 square and you can't leave. And it's not for me.
Yeah.
Like the best time I had is when we took the red car to Grand National because you're not allowed to hang around in the booth. Like we didn't have a vendor booth. We had a display. You weren't allowed to hang around in the display, so we just set everything up and enjoyed the show.
Okay. We got some stuff, but Ben at Shape the Middle is telling me about a good Australian coffee shop in Dallas called LDU Coffee. That sounds good. Michael Anderson said, will you wire edge the fender?
No, so this fender was not wire edged originally, so I will not wire edge it.
Okay.
If it were wire edged, I would.
Okay. And Martin Miller wants to know, where did you buy your light for the charging cabinet?
The light?
The red light, probably.
Um,
Probably Amazon, to be told.
well, it's just a red light bulb. Yeah, so let me take this. Hopefully I can get it in here. So this is just a plastic switch, like plastic switch box that's sealed with a switch, and then here is an outdoor light fixture that screws into the side of the box, and I just had it pointed up and a red light bulb. So I think I got the red light bulb at Home Depot.
Oh.
Because I went to Home Depot and just said,
wrong.
this is all the stuff I need. But you can get it on Amazon.
I'm sure you can get on Amazon.
Yeah, you can get everything on Amazon.
I know. It's funny because people are always like, oh, they say to Mike, oh, your wife's Amazon packages. No,
No, they're all mine.
they're all yours. I don't buy anything.
Yeah, all mine.
Restoration Revival said, is social media where you get lots of your customers?
Yes and no. Again, I don't think it's that somebody sees one Instagram post and says, I want you to build a car. It's more that brand awareness and staying relevant. You know, like, man, I've been seeing this guy online for years and all different types of projects. I think that's where the majority of it comes from. As far as like tool sales, frame rails, small stuff, yeah. I would say social media. Because I don't pay to advertise anywhere. I'm not on forums anymore.
You don't sponsor anything
I don't
anymore?
sponsor anything anymore. So, I mean, social media has to be it because that's the only thing I do. But it's just that brand awareness and the mass marketing. The way the internet is, you just have to pump all that stuff out, and the SEO will build the algorithm for you.
Restoration Revival said he took his car to a big show on the weekend and put business cards on the windshield. Got 6 taken, but doesn't expect a call. Exactly. Yeah.
Because that was the thing, is we would hand out 1,000 business cards, which cost us money.
Yeah, for sure.
And we would get 1 or 2 calls maybe, and they would be about stuff that we had no interest in doing.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that if you don't do any of them, it's going to be hard to make that brand awareness. But you don't want to be a big to-do where you're spending $10,000 to go to an event, paying for a big vendor booth and whining and dining people and all of this stuff to get 0 return on it.
Michael also said, cannot beat word of mouth. Those that know. Yeah, for sure. That's basically a lot of your stuff too.
Yeah, it's all word of mouth. I did work for so-and-so, and he told so-and-so, and he told so-and-so. And then they can verify that I'm real on the internet. They can go to my website, they can go to here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and they can see that it's a real place that does actual work.
Yeah. And Ben said he sent you a 150-foot pre-terminated cable. We'll be to you next week.
Oh, thanks. That was fast.
Thanks. Yeah. Amazon probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's super nice.
Yeah.
Now we got to plug it in.
Yeah, and route it through the building somehow.
Yeah. Where's that squirrel when you need it?
Yeah. He'd be good to put a little saddle on.
Yeah.
We could tie
We could get one of the pugs up there to do it. No, they're not that coordinated.
No.
Martin Miller said he likes that red light. He's going to copy it. So when you copy it, totally cool. Take pictures and send it to us. Let's see it.
Yeah, and if you can, tag us. Say, hey, got this idea from Cornfield Customs. Just doesn't cost you anything, but it's greatly appreciated and helps drive people to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah,
so,
that's super cool.
Yeah, all of that stuff greatly helps out.
Glad we gave you an idea. Gabe is here. He says late to the party, but good evening.
Yeah.
Michael said, do you consider ads in hot rod magazines or the likes? Did you, have you considered putting money on? No.
No, because it's the same kind of thing as you can't really convey what you're doing. And kind of where I come into play is when we started getting bigger, I would say it's probably been 20 years ago. So the internet already existed and people were on forums and MySpace and Craigslist. There was already the internet kind of taking over. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram. We had YouTube, but it was very primitive. So I was right at that cusp of I could pay to be in a magazine, but I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then by the time I had money to pay for advertising, it was kind of a moot point because print was kind of dead.
Yeah.
And the magazines are dying off. And I'm a big believer in using social media. As much as I hate it, I absolutely hate social media, it is a great marketing tool and it's free, which is the big thing. Why pay to advertise when you can do it completely for free?
Yeah.
You just have to think outside the box. My uncle told me when I was a kid, he's an insurance guy that ran his own agency. He always talked about being the purple cow. It's a marketing book. In a field full of dairy cows, which one stands out? The purple one. How do you become a purple cow? You have to make yourself stand out. So you have to market a little bit more like a gorilla and do things that aren't in the norm to stand out. And that's what I found worked. I just, posted crazy panels and tried to get good pictures and start giving away information.
Yeah.
Because that was the big thing is when I started social media, everybody still wanted to keep stuff secret. So I started giving it all away, and there's not a lip there. So I would just say, this is how I do this and give you the step by step. And that's good and bad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we've talked about that before too. I think the good and the bad and the hard part is the good for you is that you are inclined to what you do. So it's easier for you for sure. So some people like me are not. So no matter what, it would be hard for me to do it. But.
And you just have to be careful with that because we were talking the other day, is we're getting to a point where I give so much information away completely for free, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I give you tech how-tos and step-by-steps, but then I get bombarded with DMs and questions. Well, I understand how you did that, but how do you do this? Like giving away what I give away for free is never enough. So we're going to have to start moving some of that stuff behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Just because if it takes me 10 hours a day to answer questions, that's 10 hours a day I'm not being able to run a business.
And Michael said that too. Your time is money, opportunity cost, but if you love it, it's joy and not a chore. Yeah, and I think there's a balance, and I think that's what we're trying to get better about too. And the other part that I think is pretty cool is that you're going to start putting, I think this is cool, your different resources on Patreon and Discord. Like if you take a class with us, the last couple, I guess. When did you start that? Sometime last year? You started doing like a worksheet?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I would hand write out this worksheet every time. Like we would do it on the chalkboard. You know, I'd draw the same thing every time, just a little bit different layout. So finally I got tired of drawing it, so I just drew it on a piece of paper, and now it's a handout, you know, like a leaflet that comes with the class. And we work through the sheet, and you can take it.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff is going to be on the Discord server in the resources department. So there's going to be that picture. I put up a PDF version of the Build Bible the other day of all the notes and quotes and details of machine settings that I use. So that's up there. And we're going to do tech articles on patterns and making parts. So all of that stuff will be in the resources department. And that has to be behind the paywall because, granted, I do give away a lot of that information for free. It just has to balance out. You know, I can't spend all my time giving away everything for free when I have a business to run.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different too if you do a video on it and someone can go watch the video. Like they don't have to, then it's free for them and it's not more work for you. So that's a good balance.
Exactly.
Too.
And like we're still going to do videos and stuff, but some much more than the videos and some basic answers, it's going to be pushed behind that paywall on Patreon and Discord.
Yeah, Michael said classes are a really great idea and a way to share the skill and the way of passing and pay it forward. Yeah, you've been doing classes for what?
Forever.
I was trying to think.
11, 12 years. Because we did them at the old shop, and I've been in this building 10 years.
Yeah.
So and that's just my classes. We were doing classes with Bailey probably 4 or 5 years before then.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, because I know, we were at our old house too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because me and Kyle were some of the youngest doing group classes. Because like it was all just older guys and like one-on-one, and there wasn't a lot of young guys offering training. So we started doing it to try to connect with the younger guys. Yeah. And it worked.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So what other questions you got? Because we've been rambling on for a while.
No.
Nothing?
I don't have a lot of questions.
Man.
Yeah.
Guess I'm just doing too good of a job.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. So ask questions because it makes it easier.
I know. We showed the e-bike already last week.
Yeah, I don't want to have to keep showing the same stuff because that just means we're boring.
I know.
That means I need to get on it and actually get something done.
Probably.
Yeah. But I'm hoping I get this other fender done. So those are done. I have been struggling for so long to get anything done. I feel like I'm just putting out a bunch of fires here and there and, getting 10% on this and 10% on that. So I really need to get something done and completed to get that level of satisfaction to kind of boost myself into getting back in track with that. So I'm hoping if I can knock that fender out tomorrow or Monday.
It'll feel good.
Yeah, because I've been trying to get that fender done for a month.
Yeah.
And it's just, every time I get going on it, a delivery truck shows up or an LTL shipment has to go out or the phone rings, and it's just been a very distractful month.
Yeah. Phil's here. Hey, Phil. He said he's late to the party, but that's okay. He's going to go back and watch the first part. Time is definitely money, and he's grateful for all the time you make to make the videos and shorts, etc. Yeah, thanks, Phil. And Phil's one of our patrons, and we appreciate that.
Yeah,
and thanks, Gabe. Gabe said he wishes people would spend the money to take a class. Tons of info given out and invest in yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our classes usually are pretty good. I think they're usually pretty full too.
Yeah.
So I think we've kind of figured out the balance of like how many to offer throughout the year, not
how many
oversaturate.
classes and how many students, and then when to bring in like an assistant teacher, like when we had Nick here.
Yeah.
Because then it brings in a different perspective, and that helps me too. Like just hearing, like Nick talks about how shrink versus stretch a little bit different than I do.
Yeah.
He looks at it as change in surface area.
Yeah.
Comparative to one spot versus the other, and that makes a lot of sense to a lot of different people.
Yeah.
So just getting a different outlook on the process and a different explanation helps out a lot.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. He said, ask people to hit the like button for us.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Alshine Copper said, when you started doing classes, did you ever get any flack from guys who are more experienced than you at that point?
I still get flack from those guys, and I just have never listened to them, and I refuse to accept it.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the problem is like, do I know everything? Absolutely not. Do I claim to know everything in these classes? Absolutely not. I tell everybody, I'm teaching you the things that I have learned and figured out to help your life easier or make your life easier as you go. And that's the thing is like some of these old guys, they started doing classes when they were my age with the same knowledge, but now that they're 40 years older, they think that nobody else should be doing it, and they just need to get over it. I was kind of actually surprised that Ken hasn't jumped into the live here. Speaking of older guys, but
Well, I think as in any industry, a sign of being a good leader and a good mentor is to encourage other people to join, right? Like there's always enough for everybody if someone else's success doesn't bite into yours. And I think if you have that attitude, then you're never going to get anywhere anyway. So Ben at Shape the Metal said he has multiple spools of Cat 6 cables sitting here after moving into a new workshop, so he's happy to get rid of some of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thanks. Phil said the class he got to take last year was awesome and can't wait to get back for an advanced class or welding class worth every penny.
Yeah,
Just tough to get away this time of year. Yeah, we get it, and that's why we made the decision this year for you to be home.
Yeah, I had to cut way back because like it would be fun to be at Detroit right now, like go up for a day and see all of our friends and check out some of the new cars and some of the new builds. But again, that's a day trip up, a hotel, and then it just pushes everything farther behind. And we've got enough stuff going on as it is. So we had to cut back and limit kind of our trips. Because there's been some years that I've been gone 4 months.
Yeah.
A year, and I can't do that. Like,
well, and last year was one of those years you were gone a lot. And
I was gone a lot all at once.
Yeah.
Like, because pretty much from August till Christmas.
Right, because Australia was in there.
Yeah.
It was just a lot.
Bonneville, Australia.
Yeah.
California. It just all added up, and it was like almost 6 months that I was useless here in the shop, and that really put a hurting on keeping things on track.
Also, the decision helped weigh in the decision to hire Brian to at least have someone. We're figured even if Brian's just shipping stuff when I can't be here too, it's helpful.
Yeah,
So.
and anything is helpful, but Brian's really stepped up and kind of leaning into learning new skills, and that's why I've got him on the Indy Roadster, and it's been working out.
Yeah, awesome. So Donkey said, you have made my life in metal working so much easier. Saved a lot of trial and error. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I try. I've trialed and errored quite a lot
Already.
Yeah. So if I can give you some insight on how to not do that as bad, that's what it's all about.
Martin said, do you ever learn anything from a student?
Yeah, there's you can learn something from anybody, and it's not always. I don't want this to make it sound like I'm learning bad things from students, but there's always a takeaway from somebody, whether they know more than you, less than you, or they know nothing. You're going to learn, ooh, that's a really good way of doing it, or ooh, that's not a good way of doing it.
Or I didn't realize they would interpret something this way.
Exactly. You can see somebody else's perspective.
Yeah.
So I learn new stuff all the time, and I learned that this person learns a different way, so I need to approach that from this direction. I try to learn from everybody at some point. Even if I only take 1% from each person, that's still going to add up.
Yeah, for
and if you learn one new thing, it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Donkey has 2 comments and questions. First, he said, are you going to do any class with Carl?
Well, we did the one a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do more classes with Carl. I just don't know what his thoughts are on travel currently, because I know he didn't want to come to SEMA because the geopolitical, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know how much traveling he's doing at this time. I'd like to have him back out here. I wouldn't be opposed to going to his place.
Yeah.
I just don't know how beneficial I would be because he does a lot more hand tool stuff. So I don't know if I'd just be sitting there twiddling my thumbs, compared to what we do here with all the power equipment.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely open to traveling and working in other people's shops. We just have to make sure it's manageable to where I'm not gone 2 weeks every month, traveling and teaching.
We got 2 more questions, and then I think we need to start wrapping it up soon. But Donkey also said your channel and Make Custom are the only ones he's joined. Well worth the $5 a month. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Gabe. Gabe said you should join us on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's. I think the Discord is picking up speed a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting better every day, and I'm trying to devote, you know, a half an hour every day to be on there, and you know, join in conversations and add content and that kind of stuff. It can be tough, but I'm trying to get better about it. And I think the more people that join, the better it'll be, just because it gives more insights, and it's like a forum. If you have a forum with 2 people, it's not as exciting as if you have a forum with 500 people where there's a lot more input.
Yeah, Brandon said on frame rails, when would you go to 0.188 over 0.120 on rails? Is there a general rule when you'd want to increase to 0.188, etc.? Be it the chassis or the use case if it's high stress, etc.
No, I mean, I think the 188 is a little bit overkill in general. The only thing I've found that might be beneficial is if it's an off-road application, you're going to be bouncing off rocks. Just some people like the heavier material, but it is heavier. If you're doing, like, say, a land speed car and you need that extra weight, or you want that extra weight, it's not going to hurt you. But most of the time, I lean more towards the 120 wall. The tubing is cleaner, it bends nicer, all of that stuff. So it's kind of personal preference. Some of the stuff I get that's 188 wall, it kind of surprises me, but I'm like, give the customer what they want.
Yeah. Donkey said, Gabe, can you or someone post a link? He's not good with the computer stuff for the Discord. So yeah, we can. There should be a link in the bio for YouTube. If not, it's definitely on Instagram, for sure.
To go to the Patreon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Or it's patreon.com/Cornfield Customs.
Yep. Patreon.com/Cornfield Customs. Sign up on Patreon. I would wait a few days because we're changing that around. We have 2 different tiers, and our more expensive tier, we're going to lower the price, and we're going to eliminate the lower tier. So it's just going to be a 1-tier system, and it's $10 a month?
Yeah, I think I can do that. So if you guys are already in the Discord at the 15, you'll stay. I'll probably just change that price on that one. I've been Googling this feverishly. I think we technically will have to cancel your $5 a month one and then try to tell them to join the new one. But there's not many people there, so.
So we'll be doing that, and for $10 a month, it'll get you access to the Discord server, so private community for questions, answers, all the resources, full length podcast, the video podcast, discounts on merchandise, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Step this way, Brian wants in his toolbox.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm leaning on Brian's toolbox, sorry. Blocking his lunchbox, too.
Yeah. What other questions?
Brandon said the Discord is a cool spot, and the community aspect is rad. So cool.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, and I hope it just keeps getting better and better. And one of the cool things with the Discord and being a Patreon member is the High Speed Social, which is a private, I guess, ticketed or invite-only event here at the shop, and it's the weekend before we leave for Bonneville. So you can come. I'll cater some food. We're going to do some garage tours, so I'll probably get a short bus or a van, and we'll go around and hit up some local shops that aren't online. So it'll be private entry only, and you get to check that stuff out. So far, we're going to try to go to Hoffman Family Racing, which is the winningest USAC open wheel car team in the history of USAC. They've won at Indy. They won tons of sprint car races, whether it be dirt or asphalt. They're right down the street. They said we could come over, and they give us a tour of the sprint cars, the trophy room, and just the history of building sprint cars at that facility. We're probably going to go to Shaw Signs and look at his private collection. It's a neat place with gas pumps, a lot of memorabilia.
A lot of tchotchkes.
Yeah, he's got a lot of neat stuff. And
like you think we got stuff packed here.
Yeah.
Ugh, just wait.
Yeah, and maybe the Mark Bowles collection.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of dragsters and Indy cars as well.
Yeah, we got to make some phone calls and make sure they'll
Yeah.
let us in,
Yeah,
us
so-
scraggly people.
Yeah, so we're gonna work on that, but it's a private invite only event. So that's one of the perks. You know, you come in and we get to go to all these fun places, and it's going to be an annual event. So just another perk.
Yeah,
of
as long as
being-
people want to come.
Yep, another perk of being on the Patreon and Discord server.
Yeah. Donkey said the short bus, and then he said, roll on the floor, laughing my ass off. Roll
Yeah.
small. Dalton said, can't wait. Gabe said, can't wait to see the pump collection. I figured Gabe's going to want, I'm going to have to bring the dogs over when Gabe comes. And then Brandon said, stoked that that's awesome. Yeah, they're super cool places for sure. They're definitely hidden gems, and they're not stuff you're going to see online for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So just neat stuff. And any other questions? Because like you said, it's about time to wrap it up.
Yeah. Brandon just said, same Gabe, I keep seeing gas pumps show up on Marketplace, and he has to talk himself out of one. Mike's not the person to talk you out of a gas pump. I'll
talk to you into all kinds of bad decisions.
Yeah, we've got one on the front porch at the house. So I tell people that, and they're like, what? And I'm like, just trust me. You'll know it's my house when you see it.
Yeah.
ADD Garage says, your thoughts on sandblasting inner panels?
I mean, I wouldn't see why not. Like,
go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, it depends on what you mean by inner panels. Like if you're trying to sandblast inside of a door or inside of a fender, just make sure you're careful and not overstretch the material. But like inner aprons and firewalls, like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Dalton said, enjoy dinner, and yes, bring the pugs. Gabe said he'll post his on Discord. Yeah, I'll put, maybe we should do a dog channel and just have.
How about pets?
Pets, yeah.
So Mrs. Cornfield will set up the pets,
pets
thread.
Yeah, I'll do that tonight. Brandon said one in front of my old 1940s shop would be just right. Oh, for sure, a gas pump, yeah. ADD Garage said inside of a truck box.
Yeah, I mean, you can sandblast inside there. I wouldn't see why not.
Go for it. All right, do you want to do your wrap-up spiel?
Yeah, I guess. So we've talked a whole lot about Patreon and Discord, so just one more time. You can go to patreon.com/cornfieldcustoms, sign up to be a patron. That gets you access to the Discord server, long versions of the podcast, video and audio format, get you a better discount code across the board, and invites to things like the High Speed Social. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. If that's not your cup of tea, but you still want to support what we do, if you can, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, share on your other favorite platforms, just so people can find us and know we exist. That helps out a lot, as well as liking and commenting all of our videos. That stuff greatly helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets us in front of new people. So all of that support is greatly appreciated, and we do appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah, so check out some of our older videos if you're new. We've got hundreds on here, lots of different stuff from technical, tube bending, race cars, pretty much everything we do here at Cornfield Customs is on this channel, and you guys can check it out. So last minute questions or anything?
Everyone's saying thanks and stay safe. Have good dinners from Phil and Dennis and Gabe and Outshine Copper, and Dennis said have a great dinner.
Yep.
Brandon said have a good one. So I think we're good. Thanks, guys.
So everybody, thanks for tuning in, and thank you guys for watching the recap or the replay later on, and hopefully you can make it to a live event next time. So we will see you next Thursday at 5:30 for Live and Dirty.